your engines running, but do not move your car. You may go to your car if you got out of it, seatbelt on. Little gasoline on the racetrack, we could smell it. Keep your engines running, but
Every
do
minute you got
not
to be
move your
either
car.
moving or at least an inch. And we got to be banging a car every 2 minutes. Can't be sitting still without banging a car every 2 minutes. We'll have 3 judges out there. There'll be no hitting in the doors.
Driver's
hitting
door.
in the doors is intentional is an automatic disqualification. If you hit the door,
Unless it's accidentally.
driver's door only.
Driver's door only.
Don't slam it in the doors, folks, or we will have to disqualify you.
We
I
want
want you
everybody
guys
to walk
all
out
be
here
in the heat.
safe.
As many as I can get in the
What
heat.
about deliberate head-on?
All of you. But no hitting in the doors. And no head-on crashes. No head-ons intentional. Now, if you have to have a crash,
You get in there, come along now, check everybody's seatbelt and everybody's helmet. You pass it down, the crowd will count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You take off. You have 1 minute to get off that start line. Henceforth and thereafter, you have 2 minutes to get your car started and hit a live automobile. You have to hit a live car every 2 minutes.
Got off that bank, though. if that supercar come off that bank, I'll tell you. I was mad.
Don't move.
Are you a driver?
Sure, I'm driving.
All right, where's your car?
32X. Don't forget, that's car number 5, and we're out for blood.
I've seen it, yeah. You gonna win?
$800 worth.
We're just little local boys, you know. That's why we're so buddy and goofy.
you're not driving in this, right?
Pardon me?
You're not driving, right?
I'm going to push it. All these people are crazy. We're trying to determine who's the craziest.
Is the craziest gonna be the winner or the
There you
loser?
go. Goddamn, the craziest is the guy that drives the winner. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be watching each driver in each car to find out who's going to be the last 2 cars moving and running under their own engine power.
You don't see it on the road.
Blood.
Oh, Blood and Gore, they're definitely for Blood and Gore. They want to see hard hitting. We want to stay alive.
Take out all your anxieties for the whole year against all the drivers in America. Right out there.
What it really boils down to is the American cars ain't worth a shit, and they end up in the junkyard, and then they end up here. People, they ain't fit for the road no more, so they end up here. If they ain't fit for the road, that means they ain't no good, right?
All right, this is where you got to put your name up here and your address, and this is your release over here.
We have our own liability insurance for the on the grounds, but we also we're having releases signed by all the drivers, so they're all responsible for their own activities as far as the drivers are concerned. You can go on the far side of the track, way on over on the other side. You can see on the opposite side of where the bleachers are.
Okay, thank you.
Opposite way where the bleachers are.
Oh, here, you didn't sign the release, did you?
Right here.
We got a good day for us.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a 62 Ford, and that's a 61 Ford back there. It's black. It's got to be an American-made hard-top car. You can't run a convertible. You can't run a pickup. No, you can't run an El Camino. It's got to be an American car. You can't run a Volkswagen or nothing like that. You can run a little Corvair. That's American-made. Anything that's American-made, you can run.
Can you tell me something about your car?
This car right here is a 1971 Dodge Challenger. It is equipped with a 318 two-barrel in its back. Right here we've got a Fleetwood radio. And around there we got 3 Snows. I got it for nothing. I figured I might as well do something with it. This is a LeSabre. This ain't a Buick. It's a LeSabre Buick. It takes punishment too. Look at that. Look at that. That car's got glass.
The 1970 Pontiac. It's got a front end on it that will plow anything out of its way. It's got a back on it. Just keep peeling back and keep running.
How much you pay for it?
$30. $30 right here. Here, tell them it's got 100 miles.
How much you think it's going to be worth after this afternoon?
About 15.
How much you think it was worth when it was new?
Nothing, because it's a Ford.
What do you think is the best car ever made for a demolition derby?
Chrysler Imperial. Chrysler Imperial. But then again, I don't know, a lot of people, well, I've seen quite a few Imperials take all shows, take the show right to the limit.
and then they end up driving it right away. And then they bring it back next year, and and maybe they won't do so good, but they'll end up driving it right away. Every time. I know one guy that's run it 3 years in a row, Chrysler Imperial.
We don't want anybody else hurt here. We already had one gentleman scalded in one of them cars over there, and he was told before he drove up, no work on your car. He went up, raised the hood, and took the radiator cap off, and it was only about 300 degrees, about 7,000 pounds of pressure. Now he's out in the Ire Davenport in great pain.
The last two cars moving and running. The 30-second time clock has expired. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, car number 10 and number 18. The winners, the last two cars, moving and running under your own engine power. Paul, throw the flag, if you will. The event is over.
Well, in the old days on the beam show, 6 or 8 of us guys would take cars out on the track and tear them up like they do in the Derby, and we called it a wreck-em race. And that's where the Demolition Derby got its start, way back then.
The Derby started back in the late 30s with thrill shows called Lucky Teeter, long before the modern-day auto stunt show ever came into play. And the Derby started as an attraction with 8 or 9 guys with old automobiles saying, in a junkyard, let's see who can wreck each other and who will be the winner, the last car running. And that was private demolition derbies held in fields across the United States, who knows where and who knows when.
A few years ago when we first started, you'd never seen a woman driver. Then one at a time, and now gradually, now they've gotten so they have powder puff, different demolition derbies.
It's getting better, harder to win. People are starting to fix their cars better. It's getting harder to win.
They don't make cars like they used to. You think they'll get a good Derby car in another 10 years?
You think they'll still run them 20 years from now?
Yeah, they'll probably still run them, but not as many people will be enthused about getting in a little car and going out there.
The other night, it went real well, except for about the last 2 heats when then everybody turned into a pansy for some reason. I'm going to tell you here, and I'm going to tell you now. You drive one of these cars, you drive it on that track, you're going to hit somebody, or we're going to shut you off. We had a guy win the other day. I don't think he made 2 hits the whole heat. I'm a little upset with him. I told him, and I ain't taking any more. If you go out there with the intention of playing candy, then you might as well go home. Because we got 8 officials, and we're going to shut you off. You go out on that track, you better go out there with the intentions to hit.
But anyway, you've got 2 rows of 7 going back to back. After your first move in reverse, you're on your own, but you've got to hit the car behind you at the outset, okay? No pulling away or anything like this. You go right into the action, or you're going to be disqualified.
Reasons for disqualification are if you do not hit somebody every 2 minutes, or if you just back up and start this zigzagging. If the driver's door comes open, we're going to stop the derby and shut you off.
That anybody who's been in a derby anywhere before knows very well, avoid the driver's door at all costs. In this slick stuff, you're going to have an accidental hit, somebody's going to push you, you'll have your brakes locked solid, you won't be able to stop moving.
If a car catches fire, you'll hear the whistles. Please stop your car immediately. Sometimes it's a little hard to hear. If your car is on fire, try to stay with it till everybody gets stopped. The reason for that is the gas tank gets spilled, transmission fluid runs out, all that stuff burns real good.
No head-on collisions. There's no excuse for a head-on collision in this thing, even less so than with a driver's door. I can see some accidents, but head-ons mean that you're out of position, not doing what you should do. The reason we go after that is that's what rearranges your dental work, a head-on collision. When you're hitting back-to-back, that's part of the reason, is to keep your face off the wheel. If any of you are unhappy with your dental work, take it to your orthodontist. Don't take it out on the track, all right?
Anybody got any questions? Here.
How about hitting with the front end?
You can hit with the front end all you want to, just no head-on collision. No eyeball to eyeball.
Okay.
If it's on the angle 1 or 2 degrees, that is not a head-on collision. Anybody else? Okay, now, Let this be fresh on your mind. If you don't hit, you're going to be shut off. Everybody got it? Let's have a good time. We're going to go at 6 o'clock. Stay out of the booze. We'll have a lot of partying afterwards, okay?
Local thing with all the local drivers. And the guys cannot afford to race high-speed automobiles or modified cars, so this is the way they get their kicks with the Demolition Derby, which is far better to do it out here than it is to do it on the highway.
It's just a bunch of guys that know each other and get out there and bang heads.
I think that for each and every driver that's in a derby, he brings 100 of his friends and he brings 50 of his enemies. And somebody comes to see him win and somebody comes to see him lose.
Why?
Yeah, what do you think they're looking for?
You don't see it on the road.
Blood.
Oh, blood and gore. They're definitely for blood and gore. They want to see hard hitting.
Uh-huh.
We want to stay alive.
What kind of person do you think it takes to be a demo derby driver?
Anybody looking for excitement, that's all.
Somebody that don't care.
Thrill, that's all.
Good thrill.
You're afraid of going out there, you're in trouble.
Can't be
You get
afraid.
hurt.
That's all it is. It's just like a big poker game out there. You bid on what you got. Other people like baseball and all that. And they like Demolition Derby. It's a lot of fun.
What do you like about it?
You smash your car up and the police won't come after you.
Why do you think these drivers do it?
Drivers do it because they don't have anything else to do, I guess. They like to fool around, and when they have work to do, they don't like to do it, so that's the way to get out of doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
My husband has a porch to do, but he ain't doing the porch, he's doing his demo.
Demolition Derby time down in front of the ranch. Texas racing, guys and automobiles. The fence offenders are here tonight. Just a few minutes away from showtime. Hurry on down, get your nice double seat in the grandstand. Auto Demolition Derby time. The fence offenders are here.
Banged around, you have a good time. Take out all your anxieties for the whole year against all the drivers in America. Right out there.
You know, everybody at one time in life would like to hit somebody, and the only people that we ever hit are our kids, because we're grown up mature society and we know that no battles are won with the fist.
All the excitement, slam banging, and a lot of them like to bring their kids, and they like to always like to see a wreck along the highway, so they're going to see 20 wrecks here all at once.
It's enjoyment to do on the weekends, you know. I always liked bumper cars when I was little, and this is grown-up bumper cars.
Yeah.
Everybody that's ever driven a car, whether it's a man or a woman or a girl or a young man, sometime at a traffic light has been sitting there and the light changed green and they were daydreaming and the car behind them blew the horn. And everybody that has ever been in that position would like to put the car in reverse and smash into the person's grill behind them. Americans are that way. We're that way.
They get a chance to get a little self-recognition. We got parents up in the audience. They got kids up in the audience. We'd like to show them they got a little prestige.
People that are sick that aren't here?
Prestige, Jack.
Prestige. What do you want to do, fill a key card out?
Now, especially here in Syracuse at the State Fair, $3,000 prize money. The winner will win $1,200, $1,300 tonight. That's big money.
Trophy, that's some nice looking trophies. I want one of them fucking trophies. I like trophies, man.
I guess they're taking 4 out of each heat. First two get paid, the other two disqualified.
Fuck, that's good enough. First guy gets a trophy, right? Second guy gets money?
Yeah.
They said something about
Yeah, money, trophy.
No, fuck the money. They can have the money. I want a trophy.
We all have the same drive. Everybody.
Well, we're going to be watching each driver in each car, and these are going to be tough guys here tonight to find out who's going to be the last two cars moving and running under their own engine power.
The best thing I like about it is when my husband wins and all the mud flies. I do. I really do. And if the mud don't fly, it's not interesting. I went to one that wasn't interesting. You go to Troy and the mud flies and it's wonderful. It is, honest. I ain't kidding you.
Because they enjoy it. They like to see people do damage to other people.
In the mud. Wherever there's mud. Wherever there's dirt.
The old saying is they're out here to see the blood, but they're not. They're out here to see a good show, cars tore up, but that without anybody getting hurt.
Why do you think the rest of the fans are here? What do you think they're here to see?
Mud fly. I do. I really do. And if the mud don't fly, it's not interesting.
They like the smell of blood. That's the way I see it. This was quite muddy. This was quite muddy Monday night. This helmet is green. And when I came out of it, it was black.
I think they don't want to see anyone get hurt. But I think they like to come away and say, I seen that car go end over end. But Nobody got hurt.
Well, what about when the cars smash up?
Yeah, but if the mud don't fly, it's not interesting. And if the track ain't wet, it doesn't work. It just don't. You ask anybody that sits in the grandstands, if they don't get muddy, they don't enjoy it. It's true. I went to one, it poured down rain, that was the best one I ever went to.
We just don't care around here. Run them, smash them up. You get hurt, you get hurt. You get killed, you get killed. What are you going to do? You do what trips your trigger, you know what I mean? You do whatever you like to do, you know? You just don't do it because you're afraid you're going to get hurt.
What's it like when you get in there and you're actually driving?
Oh, I never really took time to figure out or think. Just get out there and start moving around.
Once you start running, you don't even think about anything, you know. I know the first time I got in there, I just shook all over, and after I got out there, I loved it.
Winning. That's all I think about is winning. No other answer but to win. Start backing into them. Hit them as hard as you can. That's what I do. A lot of these guys go out and puppy around, but I don't like doing that.
I just think the object is just to knock them out. You know, I don't have any strategy. You know, who's ever in the way, just hit them.
I play it kind of smart and take my time, and when I know when I get a strike, I hit. You know, I hit.
I don't even know what the rules are, to tell you the truth.
I don't think they got.
I don't think they got any rules.
I think anything goes up there.
Pull your car in, take it out there, and smash it up.
Close your eyes and go.
Just get out and get in there and do your thing, that's it.
Sometimes it's rough, sometimes it's not so bad.
Wake up. You get nervous here, but once you get in there, butterflies in your stomach until they say go. Put her in low, put her in reverse, and just go like hell.
Just keep my front end of the hell away from somebody's back end.
This is right here is the first year I've ever got hit in the front, and I've been in it 3 years.
Don't get hit in the nose.
Just watch out for your front end and go like hell.
Machine is highly tuned and ready. Psychologically and physically ready. I'm one of the death cars. All I can say is fun. I love it.
There's a lot of excitement and a lot of things that it could happen. It could be flying pieces of glass or tin.
And having cars tipped over and raw gasoline flowing inside the car and a fire.
A little bit scary when you see a big ball of orange flame come right through the firewall, climbing right up your leg. It's time to get the hell out of there. And when you don't get right out, when you're trying to get your seatbelt off and it don't come right off, you start thinking, you know, is it going to blow up? Am I going to get out of here, you know?
Get out of that car! Get out of that car! Move away from those cars! Spectators, get back! We got to fire into that car.
Kind of get the shakes, and you get the shakes, and you get out there and you calm down and just start looking behind you and start backing into them.
Doesn't that make you think twice about doing it again?
No.
You get over it. You quit shaking, then you get over it.
late 30s with thrill shows called Lucky Teeter, long before the modern day auto stunt show ever came into play. And the Derby started as an attraction with 8 or 9 guys with old automobiles saying, at a junkyard, let's see who can wreck each other and who will be the winner, the last car running. That was private demolition derbies held in fields across the United States, who knows where and who knows when.